All right, she was a eugenicist. Okay, and some of the quotes you get from her is that black people are human weeds, and that we were people that should have never even been born. All right, but also she talked about disabled whites too, right? Okay, but now that was called the Negro Project. She started something called the Negro Project. The Negro Project turned into what? Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood. Okay, and this organization is very evil. All right, it's a wicked organization, and I can show you just how wicked it is. But let's look at this next quote. It says, "Children are great imitators, so give them something great to imitate." All right, and that's what we have to do. We have to speak kindly to our children. You know, make them feel good about themselves, and help to raise their self-esteem, because their self-esteem is low. And the reason why it's low is because they're bombarded with positive white imagery all the time. That's why the Black Panther movie was so popular, because it showed black people in a better light, right? Think about shows like Sanford and Son, right? Or Good Times. In Good Times, they lived in the projects. They had an episode where they were poor, they were struggling to make it. They had an episode where a woman was eating cat food, right?
Yeah, right.
The thing is, these shows don't just stay in this country. They go out to other countries, and it makes them form an opinion of what black people are, African American people are. Okay? And the thing is, us watching it is programming, making us think, oh yeah, this is how black people live. There's a whole bunch of successful black families, but this is how this media always wants to portray us.
But that's why we have to follow the Quran as soon as Muhammad. That's why we got to think positive. Man, Muhammad always told us to think positive, think good thoughts.
Right.
Think positive, have a positive attitude. See, we have to have mastery over our thoughts and thinking. We got to have self-mastery to make us do what we want to do. Because Imam Muhammad already told us that, see, the logic and in certain states of development we was coming in.
Right.
So we already free now. You have to be free in your thoughts. You got to fight every day. It's a job, fight every day to keep your right mind focused on, keep negative away from your thoughts and your thinking.
Right.
Mastery of your thoughts.
It's a fight every day to keep your righteous mind.
Yes, sir.
Because we're being bombarded by so many evils.
Yes, sir.
But now watch this. I want you to see this. This is from the Quran. It's from Surah Nisa. All right, chapter 4, verse 119. This is a deep, and this is why the Quran is so powerful, because one verse has so much to it. All right, but check this out. It says, "I will mislead them," and this is Shaitan talk. "I will mislead them, and I will create in them false desires." I will create in them false desires, incorrect desires. So think about homosexuality. See this? All right. He says, "I will order them to slit the ears of cattle and to deface the fair nature created by Allah." All right. So think about it. Your GMOs, right? This transgender stuff, gender fluidity, and all of this stuff. This is going against the nature of Allah. And Shaitan is telling you. Okay, he's telling you this is what he's going to do. These people, believe it or not, they can make it rain. And I can show it to you. They can make it rain. And this is the thing. They are tampering with Allah's creation. They're tampering with Allah's creation. And it's from the whispers of Shaitan. Shaitan whispers these things into their minds.
And even the snow, when you snow, you can see the darkness on the snow because the chemicals from the creation is falling on the snow now. One time we used to make ice cream out of it. We can't even do that now because it's just man-made.
Right, a lot of stuff. And it says, "Whoever forsaking Allah takes Shaitan for a friend hath of a surety suffered the loss that is manifest." Okay. But now, let's move a little further, because I want you to see this. Because a lot of times we talk about words, but do we really know exactly what we're saying? The word false, not true or correct. So incorrect, when you start substituting those things in so that you can see exactly what Allah is trying to tell us. Okay? Not true or correct erroneous, uttering or declaring what is untrue, not faithful or loyal, treacherous, tending to deceive or mislead, deceptive. All right? So, not genuine or counterfeit. So, these are the ideas that he's putting in the minds of people and trying to take them from the path of Allah. All right? But now, I want you to see this. This is one guy's observation. It says Hollywood and the mainstream media delivered the message to mothers in America. It says get out and get a job and then work your way up to become the boss. That was the beginning of the end of the American family, as this nation has known it since its inception. It was also the start of a new social war, the New World Order waged against nature and the Creator's laws. Hollywood's caricature of female characters with male attributes. Clearly, that's no coincidence. It's gender profiling by the New World Order boots on the ground. Hollywood and the media, female roles are being given masculine attributes, while the male characters are portrayed as subordinate or effeminate. That's crazy. I summed it up. It's like trying to play God and change nature. This is talking about what the Quran says. Okay? This is exactly. It's like trying to play God and change nature. Tamper with nature. Okay? There was a movie. It was called Breaking In. Did you see that one with Gabrielle Union?
Yeah.
Think about it. She was like us. My goodness. She was on the wall like Spider-Man. She was tearing these guys up. The father came on. Right? I mean, he came there. He came to the place. He got big. He got knocked up like he was useless. But you have to watch the programming. See, what they're doing is this is a whole thing of divide and conquer. I'm going to turn your women against your men and your men against your women. This is what they're doing.
This way you got to know one another.
Right. But you got to think about us. Even us as Muslims, we're allowing them to divide us. Think about what Allah says in the Quran. He says, do not break up your way of life into sects. He says, don't have any part in that. But yet we're out here calling ourselves Sunni Muslims, Shiite Muslims, Salafi Muslims, Wahhabi Muslims, all of this stuff. But Allah tells you, do not break your way up into your way of life up into sects. So we have to be very careful, and because that's the only way that we're going to bring ourselves out of the situation that we're in is by following that Quran. See, we want to read all of these books from all these different people and this without reading the Quran first. There you go.
That's the most clear and evidence is the word of Allah. The most trustworthy, Sadiqa as Sadiq, the most trustworthy is the word of Allah.
Have that.
That's right.
Have that kitab.
Yes.
This is the book with guidance clear without doubt. And we shy away from it. I don't know why. Some Muslims quote hadith more than they quote the Quran.
Right.
And that's not right. Because hadith is the word of man. And man is fallible. Okay? Say again, sister?
They don't believe the responsibility of the essence of Quran. They don't believe it.
And see, that's it. That's what's so important. The Quran is so important to us. We need to get into this Quran and read it and analyze and see what it's trying to say to us so that it can bring us up out of this darkness that we're in, caused by Shaitan.
We're also on a plantation of translation into the Quran.
Right. Right. But see, we have to do things like this for our children. We have to start bringing their world in with the Quran by showing them visually stuff going on. Okay, because our kids are very, very visual learners now. Okay, but now because I want to get this up, I don't want to run out of time because I want you to see something. All right. How much time? Anybody know how much time I got?
7:25.
All right, here we go. This guy, Wendell Berry, he says, our destruction of nature is not just bad stewardship or stupid economics or betrayal of family responsibility. It is the most horrid blasphemy. It is flinging God's gifts into his face as if they were of no worth beyond that assigned to them by our destruction of them. So, the thing is this. The people that run this world, a lot of them are into the occult. They're Satanists. Okay? And Shaitan is whispering and getting them to do all kinds of things to pull us from the path of Allah. Alright? But now, let me move on. Now, I want you to see this. Okay? Because this is something that very interesting. This is a man by the name of Aaron Russo. How many people have heard of Aaron Russo? Anybody? Oh, you heard of him? What do you know about Aaron Russo? Can you expand on him a little bit?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So let me show you Aaron Russo. Aaron Russo was a pretty popular director in Hollywood. And he would do such movies as Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. He did something with Bette Midler. Midler. So he was getting popular. Then he started getting into politics and stuff. So his attorney friend of his called and said, "Hey, look, you want to meet one of the Rockefellers? All right, one of the elite." One of the elite families. Member of one of the elite families. He said, "Sure, I'll meet him." And he established a friendship with him. And then the Rockefeller guy started telling him all types of things. All right? This is one of the things that he told him. Watch this. This is interesting.
Was that he was at the house one night and...
so he told the Rockefeller guy, he said he was at the house one night and they were talking.
I was laughing. He said, "Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about?" And I said, I have pretty conventional thinking about it at that point. I said, I think it's about women having the right to work, getting equal pay with men, just like they won the right to vote, And he started to laugh. He said, "You're an idiot." And I said, "Why am I an idiot?" He said, "Let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded women's lib, And we're the ones who got all over the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation." He says, "And you want to know why?" He said, "There were two primary reasons. And one reason was we couldn't tax half the population before women's lib. And the second reason was now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think, which breaks up their family. The kids start looking at the state as the family, as the school, as the officials, as their family."
Now, did you hear that? Mm-hmm. All right? He said that they created women's lib to destroy the family. Because if I have both the man and the woman out of the home, who's going to teach the children? Right? The state. Right? The schools are going to teach them and put their ideas in them. The stuff that they're watching on the internet, on television, the programming from the television, they're going to take our children away from us. Our children argue with us about stuff that they should understand. But in terms of us teaching them, but they're siding with them because they spend more time with them than they do with us. Okay, so they're indoctrinating our children with their ideas. So think about it. Why is the schools coming up with all these early childhood education programs? Because they want your children so that they can indoctrinate them. Okay? So it's a setup. It's a trap.
Yeah,
it's a
teach
trap.
them about homosexuality.
There you go.
Yep.
Here we go. Watch this.
In school.
Go
ahead, sister.
If you think about it, if you all remember Flick Wilson, subliminally, he used to be who?
Geraldine.
And what was his boyfriend's name?
Killer.
Killer. And Killer breaks down to kill her.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow. But see, this is the game that's going on. And we're not seeing it. Okay? But now watch this. Now when he went on, now there was a woman that was kind of head of the feminism movement. Her name was Gloria Steinem, right? And she had a magazine called Miss Magazine. And, she was really pushing feminism towards black women, right? Now they found out that Gloria Steinem was a CIA agent. Wow. Okay? And her magazine was being funded by the CIA. Because we're talking about indoctrination. They want to destroy the family. All right? They want to destroy the natural order, the natural way of things. Okay? But now let's hear a little more what he's saying here.
Teaching them. And so those are the two primary reasons for women's lib, which I thought up to that point was a noble thing. You know, when I saw their intentions behind it, where they were coming from when they created it, the thought of it, I saw the evil behind what I thought was a noble venture.
Aaron, did you know that Gloria Steinem, in one of her own books, now admits the CIA funded this magazine?
No, I had no idea about that. No, I never heard that.
You know, we're going
The CIA funded this magazine?
funded this magazine with the stated goal of taxing women and making them free.
No.
Now, another thing that the Rockefeller guy told Aaron Russo was, he told him, he said, Aaron, is going to be an event. He said, in this event, you're going to see people looking for people in caves that they're never going to find. What was he talking about? He was talking about 9/11. Okay? He was talking about 9/11. So he told them about 9/11 11 months before it even occurred. Okay? And he said, you know, Aaron Russo was like, why are you doing this? Why are y'all doing these things? And the guy said, the ultimate goal is to get everybody chipped with an RFID implantable chip. So what they're doing is they're getting you ready. They're getting your minds ready with this. All right? And then the next step is going to have you chipped. Okay?
You gotta think about the vaccinations that they're trying to give out to people.
Well, people are already getting these microchips.
Getting chips now, yeah, for their jobs, and for jobs.
For their,
you
right.
get it.
So
Yeah, you got a job now. Instead of hitting the scanner or swiping your card, you just put your hand in there and you see your skin.
For
You
years,
must agree to that if you want the job.
years ago,
We're talking about highly professional jobs.
they showed something on Good Morning America where this guy, he was in the experiment when it was just experimental, and he got the chip, and he was able to go to his car, unlock his car, start his car. He was able to unlock his home.
Yeah.
He was able to go to the Mac machine. Yep, with the Mac machine. Because this is what they want.
I'll just kill you and take your hand off. And I
Or
walk around with
Or they cut your chip off. They want to control you. Let me just cut a chip off.
Cut your chip off. Yeah, that's what he's saying. If somebody started to speak out against them, all they had to do was cut off their chip. Then they couldn't interact with society. This is what they're moving to. There is stuff that's coming, and we have no idea. See, they're playing. We're playing checkers, but they're playing chess. And some of us are not even on the board, right?
Well, years ago, we stopped the children from getting dental getting fillings because they were doing a lot of things. Instead of getting the mercury, we were asking them to give them porcelain. I know I did that with my Muslim children. And vaccinations and stuff, I wanted the chicken and meals. I did not want anything else. Yeah, so you got to be careful now, even when you're going to get an inoculation.
Right.
Because everybody that had the flu, a lot of them died last year, but they're still giving us the flu shot. We ain't thinking. We're not thinking. I don't know what's wrong. We're not thinking.
Well, think about it. They are dumbing down society.
Okay,
They're dumbing down the masses. Okay? And one way, even your phone is dumbing you down. Watch this.
Look at the
Think
principle.
about it. You get a text message or whatever, and you start to type the reply, and what happens? Words come up for you to put the word in.
Correct your spelling.
Right. So now you don't even think about spelling the word anymore.
I don't even know how to work my phone. So
But here's what Aaron Russo said. He says what the Rockefeller was saying. He said, now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think, which breaks up their family. The kids start looking at the state as their family. All right? And think about it in school. We are not even supposed to grab a kid. Right? These kids can say and do whatever they want. Don't get suspended or anything. Okay? So now they don't see us adults as an authority. parents can't come up and do anything really, because if they come to the school and chastise them, then we're supposed to call DHS, right? So now,
And I smacked my daughter in her mouth and see the book, and I told the principal,
That's right.
you do what you need to do, but guess
Can I
what?
get some?
She's never going to disrespect, because guess what? If she disrespects you, that means she disrespected me. Yes, so call whoever you want to call. Because what I told my daughter was, they going to take you out, and I'll be home in my nice
There you go.
And I beat my son with
but
a
that's-
Timberland size 14 with nickels in both toes because he stands 6'2" and I'm only 5'2". And the cop came, oh, you can't. I said, do me a favor, could you just back up a little bit? Just back up a little bit. Well, Lordy, I told him, I said, I'm going to whip my son's, you fill it in, so that you won't whip his, you fill it in. And you're not going to call me up and say, can you please come down to the morgue to identify Asuma Kali Nurdin? Not in this life. My son doesn't smoke, drink, or disrespect adults. He's a L7 square. How did he love it?
I think that comes from home.
Absolutely.
Right.
I just graduated.
Put him out.
I didn't play no games, and this is our problem with the Muslim community. We walking around here, and we letting our children wear these clothes, and then they get down the street, they taking their clothes off, so then why make them wear it? Because they disrespecting us, they out saying anything out their mouth, and that's because at home half of us don't know what it's out, it's not. And no disrespect, but some of us that came out the nation, we need to go back to some of these TV because some of us know our mind, and not choose our children. Our children is like anything. I wish I would catch my children. I had a middle daughter, and she did anything. She had a smart mouth. And the math teacher called me and said, she won't keep her mouth quiet. I said, you don't have to worry. Me and my husband went to the Baptist parents conference the next day. 2 teachers. They said, what do you do? She's quiet. She's been quiet for a whole month. What is it?
You parented.
This is what I
Old
teach
school.
my children. When you walk out my house, you're in the United States of America.
Yeah.
When you walk back in my house, it's a dictatorship. Nobody don't have no freedom. You ain't got nothing. You do as you told because you don't pay no bills up in this house. And it's called respect. I told my children to say yes, ma'am. I'm 40-something years old, and I say to my elders, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. This is what we are not teaching none of our children.
But think about it, and this is what the game is. Our children are spending more time with school and television and all that stuff, and not us. And we're not passing on those values to our children and those teaching, because what they do is they have us working so hard that when we come home, we tired. That, oh yeah, go ahead, watch TV. Go ahead. All right, so we're turning them over to that vampire, to that
Sometimes
enemy.
it's called sacrifice.
Yep.
Sometimes as parents, we had to sacrifice. I was a parent that stayed home. I sacrificed to stay home. Some of us can't, but it's called sacrifice. So I'm putting these children in front of this TV. And the other thing we need as women, we need to teach our children. I used to make my daughters. Yes.
I'd rather be with if I had a choice between good and evil, I would have the lesser sin. If it still was a bad Muslim school, I'd rather put my child in a Muslim school that was bad than a non-Muslim school. Because at least they still have a chance of being the worst of Muslims. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it depends on where you're at.
Okay.
Because
All right,
some things from Muslims.
Go ahead, brother.
I'm gonna move on because I want. Oh, go ahead, sister.
That's what I said. Go ahead, brother.
Depends on what you say. It's all right, sister.
It's 20 minutes up. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. Well, let me show you this thing real quick, all right? Because I had a whole bunch to show you, but inshallah, if you can come next Saturday, Sister Tills will allow me to do a presentation, all right? So I can finish up what we're doing here. But go ahead, sister.
Real quick, I think what happens is we lose focus on where it comes from with the teachings with our children and with ourselves. It starts from within the home.
Right.
Not you pushing your child to any institution of learning and to teach them at home.
Right. Right. You're absolutely
You gotta
right.
away from that. You're pushing your child to a teacher for 8 hours to teach them what you have to taught them at home. You gotta teach your child manners and respect and all that. The teacher is not your babysitter.
We do.
And you're absolutely right. And the best students at the school is those ones that's taught at home, where the parents work with them. Okay, that's the best students that we get.
And all the parents need to be here sitting at this table right here and listen to what you're saying, so they can know how to take care of their children, because but they castrating our children.
Right.
Our children are down in the streets. So we gotta put forth the right effort, we gotta help our children.
But see, the thing is that the big part that the parent plays is,
Yes, sir.
in terms of what you allow your child to consume. Because you are what you eat. You are what you eat. And I say you are what you consume. The music that they listen to, horrible.
I know.
Horrible. And the ideas that it's putting in their heads about sex, about manhood, about womanhood.
Yeah, because they don't know the
Is that
hurt.
no
No, I know.
All right. Now, I'm going to show you this real quick because I only have a little bit of time, but you have to see this. All right? This is from a woman named Alice Bailey. Alice Bailey was an occultist. She was a student of another famous occultist named Helena Blavatsky. Okay? But I want you to see this because they came up with a 10-point plan for a new world order. All right? So if you don't think that they're creating, they've already created it. Okay? They've already created a new world order. But I want you to see this. All right?
this on TV too?
Notice an occult organization that currently has its headquarters within the United Nations.
They said that their headquarters was inside of the United Nations, and their company was first called Lucifer's Trust. All right, and then they changed the name to Lucius. It was Lucifer, but they changed it to Lucius Trust. All right.
Empire.
Now this is all right. Oh, now Empire. That's another story. That's a story
of this organization. These strategies.
This is Alice Bailey's 10 strategies for creating this new world order. Watch what she says.
Number 1, push God out of the schools.
Push God out of the schools. If the people grow up without reference to God, then they will consider God irrelevant to day-to-day life. In the last 50 years, this has happened. God is irrelevant to most people. And the thing is, if you watch some of these television shows, how much they talk about God not existing, or attacking God, or attacking religion. All right? Now watch. So we see this. We see this as an effect, right? Here we go. Because they took prayer out of school and all that stuff, right? But now here we go. Let's check out this next one.
Grow up without reference to God, then they will consider God irrelevant to day-to-day life. In the last 50 years, this has happened. God is irrelevant to most people. Number 2,
break the traditional Judeo-Christian family concept. Break communication between parents and children so that parents can't pass on spiritual values to their children. Do this by creating
Judeo-Christian family concept. Break communication between parents and children so that parents can't pass on spiritual values to their children. Do this